prioritize isolation movements over compound movements sometimes. So some of the most successful things that I've done in my training were so stupid on paper that I would have never thought that they would have actually worked. It's pretty safe to say that we can all think back to something that we avoided doing for the longest time because we thought it was foolish. And then once we started doing it, we made catastrophic results. Sometimes you gotta color outside the lines a little bit with what you do. Here's what I can say for sure. I can't think of one world champion or someone that competes at the highest level of anything that doesn't color outside the lines a little bit on their training or in their discipline of choice. And in today's video, before we get into the Q&A, I just want to talk about something that I feel is very valuable that some people are just gonna take at face value as being stupid. Now let me qualify this quick tips just by saying that if you're not making gains because you're not sleeping enough, you're not trying hard enough, you're not eating enough calories, you're not hydrating, you're not getting in your electrolytes, you're not covering your basic outside of the gym variables, nothing that we talk about in today's quick tips is going to be of value to you. Now, why is prioritizing isolations over compound lifts stupid? Well, compound lifts put on the most muscle, they let you lift the most amount of weight possible, and isolation movements are the opposite of that. You can't lift that much weight, and to be honest with you, they work smaller muscle groups. Now here's why it's actually pretty smart. You're gonna have a hard time growing your biceps with rows and pull-ups. I have done a 4-plate weighted pull-up, 315-pound seal row, 175-pound weighted pull-up for 2 reps. I've done 100 pounds on the weighted pull-up for 10 reps. My arms only grew marginally compared to my back. These compound movements target the biggest muscles used because the biggest muscles are the ones that are allowing you to lift the amounts of weight that you are. So you do just enough of that compound lift to get better at it, and then you move on. Now what's my 5-head solution? What allows you to work compound movements enough to get better at them and to reap their benefits, while also focusing on smaller muscle groups, while keeping your days in the gym limited and saving you time? Full body workouts back in Biceps Days. Full body workouts are time tested, they're legendary, but the gym bro-y stupid part of it is the back in Biceps Day. The full body sessions allow you to work your body holistically, and then the back in Biceps Days allow you to laser target those arms and the lats, which are 2 muscle groups that are gonna transform your physique. You can do nothing but squat, bench, and deadlift, and those 2 areas would be lagging to the point where if you want to look the biggest that you can possible, for most people, it's not going to give you the type of look that you're looking for. Back in Biceps Days also allow you to put all your elbow flexion on one day, so the recovery to your bicep tendons is unmatched. And then the workouts are just super fast. Full body workouts in and of themselves also are super fast. So to me, for someone that wants to just get a good physique, get generally strong, and do it in the shortest amount of time possible with the least time investment, this gives you the best of both worlds. Guys, this quick tips was really fun to share with y'all because I'm really excited about my training personally, and I just want to share that excitement with y'all and allow y'all to reap the same benefits that I am getting as well. If you have any questions about this quick tips, let me know. We're gonna get into the hot take for today. Man, this one's a stinker. There's no real difference between going ATG or not on a squat. So here's the thing. I don't agree with this. Like I said, I think it's a stinker, but I don't like to just discourage people when I don't agree with it. So I like to go into the ins and outs and the nuances and just break the hot take down. Here's what I think they're trying to communicate. You can get big legs or good quad hypertrophy relative to your build, whether you squat above parallel, parallel, below parallel. It's just based upon what you can do. Plenty of bodybuilders back in the day did not squat ass to grass. It just is what it is. Many bodybuilders today don't even do that. But to say that there's no difference to me is false, because you do stretch your quad, all things being equal, more the lower that you go. Now, some people are going to have an easier time doing that than others. It just depends upon your mobility, injuries, current strength levels. There's a lot of things that are going to contribute to you being able to squat full range of motion or not. Try not to be judgmental of people depending upon how low they squat. Just squat as low as you can go, and you can develop your squat depth over time. Zach Tellender made a great tutorial showing fellas exactly how to do that. It's really simple. It takes like 5-10 minutes. Go ahead and try that out. But there is a difference between ATG and parallel, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all let me know how you feel about that hot take. We're gonna answer the first question. This one's gonna be really interesting for fellas that love calisthenics, which is most of y'all. Most of us are calisthenics enjoyers, but you might not be able to do very many pull-ups right now. This fella asked, what are the best rows for carryover to pull-ups? In my opinion, pull-ups are a very low skill movement. They're very brute force. So if you're not able to do very many pull-ups, you just need to get bigger, stronger. The best way to do that is with a movement that you can do more volume with, that targets similar muscles to what you're doing and what you're trying to get stronger. So for example, let's just say you're doing a wide grip pull-up and that's what you're trying to increase reps on. You're gonna wanna do a dumbbell row. Dumbbell rows are the option for most people if you're in a commercial gym setting, because you can just vary the angle at which you pull to work different muscles. So more out here is more upper back, closer in is more lats, and you can modulate for whatever amount of weight that you need to use. So let's just say you can do 3 pull-ups, right? Say you weigh 200 pounds, you're trying to get to 10 pull-ups at 200 pounds. You get you the 70s or 80s or whatever you can do with good, clean, strict form, and just rep out sets of 10, 12, 15 on the dumbbell rows. That is gonna get you more jacked. You get more jacked, you're gonna be able to do more pull-ups. Now let's just say that you train at home for some reason. Well, something similar is still gonna apply. Take the ring pill, seriously. You have a pull-up bar more than likely, get you some rings, do your inverted rows. You can add a little bit of weight to them. You're gonna be able to do more reps than you can with pull-ups, and those are gonna be the motion that you use to acquire more volume and just put on some muscle. That is gonna work for absolutely everybody. Getting more pull-ups is something that seems insurmountable, but the solution is very simple. We're gonna get to the next question. This next hot take is pull-up related. The hot take is that chin-ups are more aesthetically pleasing than pull-ups. I'm not gonna give you my input specifically because I'm great at both of them. Y'all comment down below, team pull-ups, team chin-ups, or chin-ups, pull-ups. I'm keen to see what the community thinks about this one. I know a lot of people say chin-ups are easier. I don't agree with that because my chin-up and my pull-up are pretty similar in strength, but which do you think looks cooler? Y'all let me know. This one is more of a request than a question, but this fella said, I'm addicted to cluster sets. Please teach me more. Well, I have a whiteboard drawing prepared inside. We're gonna go back inside, talk about that there, just break down a few little cluster set strategies that I like, that I've been using lately. I'll see y'all back inside. All right, fellas, we're back inside. We got our big jawline Chad Guts gracing the whiteboard this time. Let me know your favorite chapter or arc in Berserk. Go ahead and comment that down below. Y'all love cluster sets, so the topic of today is going to be Widowmakers. It's a type of cluster set. For those that aren't aware of what a Widowmaker is, if you've ever heard of the 20 rep super squats program where you do 20 reps with your 10 to 12 rep max on the squats, it's the same thing, you just apply it to other lifts. I really like using it for lower scale isolations or just movements that you can recover from or push to failure safely. Starting with the rear delt fly, I got this from my boy Sam. So he was like, bro, try this rear delt fly Widowmaker, do 40 reps and let me know what you think. It's like, man, all right, I'm at the gym, I'll try it. It's the staple of my training, I love it. So here's how you do it. You do 35 to 45 reps. You give yourself that range so that you can start on the lower end and progress up to 45 reps before you add weight. That's my little spin on it. You do that with a weight that you could do for 20 to 25 reps sustained with no rest in between. Once you get to like 20 reps or so, or 15 reps or so, that's when you start doing those rest pause breaks. If you've ever done a 20 rep set of squats, you know that you literally can't just do 20 reps straight with no rest. You got to give yourself those 3, 5 to 10 second breaks in between. So that's the one hitter quitter. That's what I call that one. Next up is the back pump. Now that is aptly named because we're using back extensions. Back extensions are a really, you know, oonga boonga hip hinge that develops the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings really well. I really like using the back extension as a finisher to all my full body workouts. To do it in a Widowmaker style, you're gonna do it with a weight that you could use for like a 15 reps work set, and then space it out so that you're doing 25 to 30 reps. And that again is with 5 seconds, 10 seconds rest in between clusters as needed. Last one is I command you to row. Any chest supported row will work. inverted rows, T-bar rows, chest supported, seal rows, things like that. Dumbbell seal rows, any chest supported row where your lower back is not under load. Same thing, man. So you're gonna do 20 to 25 reps with your 10 to 15 rep work set. And there it is, man. Widowmakers are a lot of fun. Y'all are addicted to cluster sets. Y'all have taken the cluster set pill. We are gonna go in the kitchen because a fella asked the question about, you know, what is the best pre or post workout meal. I'm gonna give y'all a little cooking tutorial and then we'll head back outside. I'll see you there. All right, y'all, so we're cooking breakfast to the 8-hour arm workout. A fella asked what the best thing to eat was post-workout. Now, there's no best thing. I'm only gonna tell you what I like and tell you how to cover your bases. So for me, I like breakfast, so that's what we're cooking. You wanna make sure, of course, that you're getting your proteins, your carbs, your fats, but also your minerals and your vitamins in some form or fashion. So I'm not showing you the fruit that I ate with this, but I ate some fruit with this as well. You're getting the vitamins from the egg yolks too. Potassium. That's really something that's important post-workout along with sodium, and you're getting that not only in the salt that you're using on your food, but in the potatoes that I'm eating. And then of course I got my, my turkey sausage. I'm gonna have directions and seasonings and stuff on the screen as well so that y'all can do this meal if you want. I'll see y'all back outside. Fellas, it's always a lot of fun talking about cluster sets. We're back outside. You already know, last question of the week goes to BQ. BQ had a very insightful question as always. He's speed running to 220 pounds, trying to get strong and thick and stout. Strong fella. He asked, what are the pros and cons of linear periodization, specifically over a 4-week period? So I'll start with the cons. I do think there are a few cons that are not necessarily bad things, just rules that you got to follow with it. I don't think that like a 4-week linear periodization that is as aggressive as what you're doing is going to be something that you can do long term. So maybe over the next 4 to 8 weeks, you're going to be getting strong as heck because you're keeping yourself accountable to, I'm doing this weight, this amount of reps, I'm going to get it done. I think that a lot of times, and we're all guilty of this, we become so process oriented that we forget that we need to push outside of our comfort zone sometimes with our training. So that might be, as a rule of thumb, it's okay to leave room for next time to improve even more. So secure the PR. You may not take the 20-pound PR when you could have, so you'll take a 5-pound PR instead. Sometimes you got to redline it though. Redlining it and pushing past your limitations is ultimately necessary and something that I think absolutely everybody has to do to get as strong as possible. Now for hypertrophy fellas, you could even apply it to yourself as well. I'm in Johnny bodybuilder mode as well right now. I'm not training specifically to lift the most amount of weight possible, just to get as jacked as possible. You need to push shit on those reps at times. You need to push the intensity. You need to do those forced partials. You need to do those half reps. Sometimes that's necessary. Now, do you need to do that all the time? No. But drastic times call for drastic measures. Fellas, this Q&A was a lot of fun. If you have any questions about these questions, let me know. If you have any questions for next time, please let me know as well. I'll see y'all next time. Happy holidays.